Yo, what up? It's your boy I Sleep Too Late, and in this video we are showcasing a Wonder Guard Arceus in Gen 4. This is an interesting set. It's got Water Spout, Eruption. It's got all the good moves for when you have full HP. I did face a Blastoise in a previous iteration of this video, and I think this Blastoise has Focus Blast, so we do have to be careful a little bit. Oof. Yeah, this is going to be annoying. This Blastoise is actually really strong. So we might have to be very careful here with what we do. And is this a Shell Bell? Oh yeah, it's got a Shell Bell too, which is also annoying. I gotta say, this isn't a really good start to the Wonder Guard Arceus set, considering that this Blastoise has a fighting move, and I think the next Pokemon after this is a Swampert, which has counter, which is also very annoying. We're just gonna have to be very, very vigilant here. Wow, that did so much damage. This is gonna end up being a 3 KO, which is not terrible, but it's also not ideal. Let's go ahead and use Extreme Speed here, and we should KO this Blastoise. But yeah, this set is pretty awesome outside of facing a cursed Blastoise with Focus Blast. The only weakness that Arceus has is to fighting, and everything else it's like pretty unbeatable against. But I'm actually going to use Water Spout here only because I think that this Swampert has counter, which is really annoying. Yeah, there you go. We're just gonna keep using Water Spout on this thing. It's just a little awkward, but what can you do? And the only reason why I know this is because I had to re-record this video because I accidentally had the wrong abilities on these Pokemon. But this actually is a very interesting demonstration of how good Wonder Guard Water Spout is with leftovers, because leftovers definitely helps with increasing the HP and therefore the power of your Water Spouts. You definitely don't want to do Eruption because it's like I think it might be quad weak to fire, but I'm not 100% sure about that either. All right, we're just gonna use Extreme Speed here. It doesn't really matter actually. How much PP do we have? Oh, we only have 4 PP. So let's just use Extreme Speed. Actually, if we were really smart, we would have used Eruption, but I don't know what our next Pokemon is that we're going to be facing. But yeah, Swampert has really solid defenses. I think you could also get away with a Wonder Guard Swampert in this game, because the only thing that Swampert's weak to is like grass. And there's not a whole lot of grass users in Battle Tower, so I think that might actually be pretty viable. But look at this, we healed all of our HP, and Water Spout does a 1-hit KO on an Infernape, so that's pretty solid. Pretty sweet deal right there. Alright, let's keep going, shall we? Gonna face opponent number 2. Let's see if we can do some good here. But yeah, like I said, Arceus, as long as you're not facing any fighting types, Wonder Guard Arceus is pretty untouchable. I think we're gonna lead with I think Water Spout or Eruption are probably gonna be better for us. They technically deal more damage, except I think I might be an Adamant Arceus. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that was a pretty solid. Oh no, the Fire Fang! I can't believe it. So if you don't know, Fire Fang is a move that hits through Wonder Guard, even if you're even if it's not super effective against it. You actually can hit through Wonder Guarders with Fire Fang. It's kind of interesting how that works out. But I never thought that'd be relevant in Battle Tower. But I guess Fire Fang is a pretty common move. Alright, so it looks like we are going to be really solid here. Another interesting thing you could also try doing is you could try playing well, I forgot what I was going to say, but basically you can try giving Wonder Guard to a lot of different things. Even electric types you can give Wonder Guard to and just have it be weak to Earthquake. The problem is obviously Earthquake is like the most common, one of the most common powerful moves that you are going to be facing. 100 power, 100 accuracy, no downside. Alright, I think Magnezone is going to be... Okay, well, Eruption's going to be easy here. We could also use Close Combat, but either one works. Yeah, so I actually don't know what a good moveset would be on a Wonder Guard Spiritomb, because I do have a Wonder Guard Spiritomb on me, but I don't actually know what the best moveset is to be on it. I guess I could ask people in the Hackmons community. If you have an idea for a good Wonder Guard set, let me know in the comments. For Spiritomb, my moveset is going to be interesting. I'm probably going to make another video about it separately. Really, another Blastoise? My moveset was going to be like Lock On, Sheer Cold. And that was pretty much it. And like double stab with like Sucker Punch and Shadow Ball, I guess. The thing is, like, Sableye and Spiritomb don't have really good stats in general, so it does get kind of awkward. Alright. Let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and see if we can deal some good damage here. I can't believe we're facing another Blastoise. What is this? Blastoise with Focus Blast is like the bane of Arceus' existence, apparently. Oh, nice. We got a critical hit. That's awesome. Alright, well, at least Leftovers is helping out with this. What? This is like the same set as the last one. Just different orders. Okay, well, let's go ahead and Water Spout here. This is still going to do a sizable amount of damage. Oh yeah, that was not going to be a problem. And Leftovers is just, again, a very solid item on this Arceus. I love how it all kind of connects, like every single aspect of this Pokemon synergizes between the Leftovers, the Wonder Guard, the Water Spout Eruption. It's actually beautiful how this worked out. But yeah, this is not going to want to KO Exploud because Exploud is a pretty... Oh, I stand corrected. I thought Exploud was pretty bulky, but Arceus is obviously way better. I think Arceus actually outclasses Exploud in every single stat imaginable. So that's not going to be too much of an issue. Let's go ahead and face opponent number 4. I'm so confused. Did I miss an opponent? I could have sworn that was opponent number 2 that we just faced. Whatever. Alright, Quagsire, another very good Mon. I don't think it's immune to water. So I think we're good just using Water Spout here. I can't believe it. For some reason I thought it had immunity to water in like a future generation. I just didn't think, or I thought that might have been like a Gastrodon ability or something. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna have to... We're gonna have to deal with this. Oh, wow, look at this. Quagsire doing so much work. Wow, it is becoming super bulky here. Is that a Leftovers? Oh my goodness. This is gonna be very, very unfortunate. We're gonna run out of PP on this Arceus. And we can't even use a special move because of Quagsire's own amnesia. Okay, I actually think I have to switch here. I know that that's going to be... I know that sounds crazy, but I don't often do this, but we actually need to switch to something that will, like, actually handle the Quagsire in a timely fashion. Alright, sorry, I think something happened with the recording. where it got cut off, but we're back. And here is the spiritomb set that I was telling you about. It's not really going to be showing up in the top of the screen, but basically the idea is that we use lock in and sheer cold to guarantee a 2-hit KO to any Pokemon. And I was going to make a separate video on spiritomb, but we don't have a way to answer this Quagsire. This Quagsire is just way too good. It's crazy. Quagsire is just way too good. But we locked in, and we were able to KO the Quagsire. Alright, let's go ahead and switch back to Arceus, because this is an Arceus video. So let's go back here, and let's go back to Arceus. Yeah, I'll play with spiritomb in a future video. I just wanted to try out Arceus. Let's go ahead and use extreme speed. Oh, endure. Well, I don't think extreme speed is going to win and KO the Staraptor, so we should be good here. Yeah, this is going to deal a good amount of damage, but it's not going to 2-hit KO. And yeah, I mean, it could technically endure twice, but it's a 50% chance that it'll be successful. So can't really use that strategy. And then Slowking. These water types are really annoying. It seems like Eruption and Water Spout isn't really ideal. And we only have 4 PP on extreme speed, which is not very good. I'm pretty sure Slowking will survive this. Yeah, I mean, the problem with this Arceus is that it doesn't really... Oh, gosh. This again? The problem with this Arceus is that it's not going to be very good at surviving, at like one-shotting things. It'll be good at surviving hits and enduring hits, but like if someone's going to keep cursing, it's just not going to be very resilient to that. And if it heals, that's even worse, right? But hopefully this extreme speed will do some amount of damage. Oh, yes. I was afraid that wasn't going to do it, but even with the curses, we did get there with Arceus extreme speed. Honestly, this Arceus isn't really that much different from a regular Arceus. It just has Wonder Guard, which in the context of playing Battle Tower, if your purpose is to get through the Battle Tower as fast as possible, Wonder Guard isn't necessarily going to be like the most efficient. Like, for example, against stall Pokemon like defensive tanks like Swampert, or move Pokemon with Curse, obviously you're not going to be as powerful, right? Because the amount of damage that you would do with or without Wonder Guard doesn't matter. Wonder Guard is a very good defensive ability that allows you to basically take any hit from anything, basically. So, and the funny thing is, like, with all of these water types, the best move for me to use right now is extreme speed, and this is basically a unboosted extreme speed. Wow, dynamic punch hits. That's crazy. Hopefully we can get out of confusion, and hopefully we won't hit ourselves in confusion, because that can be very annoying. Alright, cool. So as it turns out, fighting is a very common typing in Battle Tower, more than I thought. Even on water types like Blastoise will have like Focus Blast, so we do have to be careful. We're going to use extreme speed here. Hopefully we can get knocked out of confusion, or you know, we just regularly use our moves. This should be like a 2-hit KO, I think. Although Tentacruel is pretty bulky. Ooh, okay, that did a lot. Barrier is going to basically double their defenses, which is going to be annoying. It's like having a fur coat kind of thing. Yeah, and we only have 4 more PP on extreme speed. I'm not liking this, but I do like that we're not hurting ourselves in confusion. It seems like what we're doing is kind of working, but I'm also not very optimistic. All right, Wailord. Let's see. We're just gonna use extreme speed again. Okay, no, nice. We snapped out of confusion. And this isn't gonna one KO the Wailord, but it's gonna do quite a number. It's got a lot of HP though. Oh, and it's got leftovers. Oh, citrus berry? Yeah, citrus berry. Oh no, double team, really? We might have to bring back the lock on sheer cold a spiritomb again. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point. But we only have 2 PP on extreme speed, so we do have to be very careful here. This is going to solidly 2-hit KO Wailord after, well, 3-hit KO after the citrus berry. And we have to just pray that we don't miss. Oh no. That's crazy. Alright, well, hopefully we can, like I said, we can always lock on sheer cold. And I think we're just going to use, like, close combat here. Oh gosh. This is annoying. A double team Wailord. Who would have thought that that would be the thing that stops us? Oh, yes, finally. I can't believe we actually hit too after like what, 3 or 4 double teams? Okay. So Arceus does solo here, which is nice. We had to switch into Spiritomb like once during this video. I don't know if this is the same thing as like Battle Subway where you kind of stop after 7 games. I'm going to be interested to see how that works. Okay, we're going to be facing a dragon tamer. So we have to be careful here. It looks like dragons are also very resilient to the water spout eruption strategy. So it just seems like extreme speed is our go-to move for all of these. Probably should maybe consider using like sword stance or something on this Arceus because it just seems like we need some sort of way to boost our stats. Either that or like I wouldn't mind having like Ice Beam would be very good. A Thunder move would be very good. Bolt Strike doesn't exist in this gen, which is unfortunate. And Plasma Fist is like Gen 7, I think. Or Fusion Bolt. Fusion Bolt is Gen 5. So, Fusion Bolt is basically kind of like Plasma Fists in a way. Leech Seed. Oh. Okay, well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. I think this is going to want to KO the Sceptile. This should be an easy one to KO. Yeah. Arceus doing work. 120 base stats is really, really strong. Okay, Latios is kind of annoying. Let's just go ahead and extreme speed here. The other thing is I think that the Leech Seed is still active, so that's going to make things a little bit more complicated. Yeah. But we should still be able to win it to a KO here. Nice. Oh, what? How did that not do the job? Look at that. I think we got it down to like 1 HP or something. Alright, well, definitely this time it's going to work. It's because of that Leech Seed. And yeah, Extreme Speed doesn't have enough PP to really survive all of this. We definitely have not a whole lot of I mean, this Arceus is very, very strong, don't get me wrong, in like a 1v1 situation. But in Battle Tower, where you're trying to like power through as many wins as possible in as short amount of time as possible, it's not like the most effective. I guess my point is that like Wonder Guard is obviously like best ability in the game, pretty much. But in Battle Tower, like there's a lot better things you can probably do. I probably didn't need to use extreme speed here. I probably could have used like water spout or something, because I think water spout technically does more. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well now I'm definitely going to use extreme speed. Oh, what is this? Oh, focus punch. That's not going to be too much of a problem. The good thing about getting paralyzed is you actually can't get status with anything else. And paralysis is probably like the least bad status to have. So I actually don't hate this. Oh, what? Rain Dance? Really? Right as I was using Eruption? That's crazy. I can't what are the chances of that happening? Like, that's like the perfect counter to Eruption. That was a really insane counter. Alright, well I'm gonna use Water Spout, obviously. This is definitely gonna to knock out the Manic Trick. And then after that, we should be able to answer this Gallade. Yeah, Rain is still active, so we should have no problem here when it killing. No, we're paralyzed. All right, let's keep going. Rain should be active for like at least a couple more turns. I'm surprised Gallade doesn't have a fighting move, because otherwise that would be probably the best thing to do, honestly. Another. Okay, let's go ahead and use Water Spout. So the Rain Dance actually helped us. It didn't hurt us. It was just funny that it was used just as we were using Eruption, and we were thinking that Eruption and Water Spout, it wouldn't have mattered which one we would have used. Okay, and we finally cleared our 7th match. We get 7 battle points here. And with that, I'd like to call the video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you haven't already, subscribed to my channel. I do a lot of stuff like this with Hackmons. Also, check out hackmons.com. It's the website that where our community is based on, and I really want to thank everyone for your support. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Peace out.